Hi everyone, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a simple portrait digitally in Procreate. So let's go. Now first things first, I am not a digital artist. So I'm going to show you how I do a simple portrait, but you're probably not going to learn digital art from this particular video, but you might pick up some simple tricks to get you started if you haven't used Procreate yet. And we've been going through a heat wave in Melbourne, and I know it's summer and it's kind of cringe to complain how hot it is, but I don't have air conditioning, and my studio in particular is so hot. So this having to work on this project came at the perfect time because it's some simplified artwork that doesn't involve me being in the studio for 8 hours doing a whole painting. So what I've done here is I've worked on some sketches, taken a photo with my iPad, and then I'm importing that into Procreate. So what we're going to do is start with a square-sized canvas, because this is going to be specifically for an Instagram post, and then the artwork does need to be a particular size and a square size, so we can choose a square canvas. And then what I'm going to do is make this layer with the imported sketch. I'm going to lessen the opacity so we can still see it, but it's very faint. And then I'm going to add a layer on top of that, and then we're going to start sketching. So this is a really interesting and important project that I'm working on. And this is called the FOD Project, which stands for Faces of Death. And it's actually an annual tribute drawing project run by an artist in New York, Michael Hambers. And every year, a collective of artists from all around the world chooses to draw a subject, to pay tribute to that subject and write some words about their personal impact on you. And it's a way just to celebrate all the people who passed in the previous year. And this is actually my 4th year participating, and I've absolutely loved doing pieces for this project for the last 4 years. There's very specific requirements for the art. It needs to be line work and black only, with not a lot of shading and to a particular size. So it was kind of difficult for me the first year that I did it, because it's so different to my regular everyday art style, and I felt like I couldn't put a lot of detail in, but I can. And now I actually really look forward to working on it every year, because it gives me a chance to do something completely different, still work on a portrait, and contribute to a really important project. And what happens is these get posted to the FOD Project Instagram, and I'll link that down below so you can go check it out, because they're already starting to be posted. And then they are printed out and made into an exhibition in New York City, which I would absolutely love to attend one year. And then they're also compiled onto a t-shirt. So you can buy a t-shirt every year that contains all of the portraits that were submitted. So I'm actually working on Aaron Bushnell. And I'd like to read out the words that I wrote to accompany this piece. I'd gotten used to waking up, looking at my phone, and starting the day heartbroken by the news out of occupied Palestine. Then on February 25, 2024, something happened that I thought for sure would get more Westerners to care. Aaron Bushnell, 25 years old, went to the Israeli embassy in Washington and self-immolated. It's done precisely because it is so shocking, the most extreme form of protest. And when half the people I knew couldn't even share a post on an Instagram story, Aaron gave his life. He had posted to Facebook that morning, "Many of us like to ask ourselves, what would I do if I was alive during slavery, or the Jim Crow South, or apartheid? What would I do if my country was committing genocide? The answer is, you're doing it right now." He sent a message to media outlets telling them he was about to engage in an extreme act of protest against the genocide of Palestinian people. Aaron was in the US Air Force and he went to the embassy in his military fatigues. He live streamed to Twitch while walking to the embassy, and the words he spoke have stayed with a lot of us. Aaron said, "I'm an active duty member of the United States Air Force, and I will no longer be complicit in genocide. I'm about to engage in an extreme act of protest, but compared to what people have been experiencing in Palestine at the hands of their colonizers, it's not extreme at all. This is what our ruling class has decided will be normal." I watched the video that day. He was calm, he was brave, he was not mentally ill. He wanted to violently shake awake those still not paying attention. His final words he repeated 5 times as he burned were "Free Palestine," as a police officer had a gun pointed at his lifeless body on the ground. His life was not more valuable than any Palestinians, but he was acutely aware that his death would get more attention, would get more folks to care. Do they? I still question this every single day. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and consider subscribing to the channel for more art stuff. So I am obviously not the artist to learn digital art from, but I hope you learned maybe something about Aaron, and feel empowered to learn a bit more about what's going on. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're all having a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.